Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Level-Headed News. This is your host, Brenda. I have 4 articles for you in this episode, and the URLs are in the description of this video for your convenience. First one here is off BizPack Review, and it says, "Remember Clock Boy? He just got spanked in court by Ben Shapiro, but it gets even better." Remember Clock Boy, that kid who paralyzed a class project clock that was mistaken for a bomb in the White House visit, about 15 minutes more fame than incident should have warranted? Turns out Ahmed Mohammed is in the news again, except this time it's for a hefty court whipping that at the hands of none other than conservative Daily Wire editor-in-chief Ben Shapiro. After Shapiro appeared on the Kelly File in 2015 to question Ahmed's story and the motives around the oddly bomb-like clock he brought to school that day, Clock Boy's father, Mohammed, filed suit for defamation in October of 2015. When Ahmed was detained by police and suspended for bringing the clock to school, his parents, who have ties to terrorist-sponsoring foreign regimes, promptly accused the school of racially profiling and Islamophobia. In a major victory for free speech on Thursday afternoon, the lawsuit against the Daily Wife editor-in-chief was dismissed by a Texas judge. Shapiro posted the ruling on his Twitter feed, and there's a copy of that shown here if you want to take a look at it. It says Shapiro's attorney, Kurt Schlitzer of Schlitzer and Shonak, LLP in Los Angeles, told Town Hall, Ben Shapiro has always been a steadfast advocate of the First Amendment, and there was never any doubt he was going to stand up for his rights to speak freely. I'm very grateful that the state of Texas takes the First Amendment seriously. I only wish my own state of California would do the same, especially after the fiasco at Berkeley yesterday. Oh, but there's more. Shapiro will be entitled to court costs, attorney's fees, and other expenses from Mohammed, all of which must be paid within 14 days. The next one that we have is off of foxnews.com, and it says $75 million worth of car engines stolen from a factory. A brazen band of robbers drove a semi onto the grounds of Jaguar Land Rover's factory in Solihull, UK, late Tuesday night and made off with $3.75 million worth of car engines. I see one thing, my tongue says something else. We'll try this again. The Birmingham Mail reports that the thieves pulled their tractor into the facility, hooked up a trailer full of motors, grabbed the paperwork needed to make them look legitimate, and were out of the gate in 6 minutes. The empty trailer was later found near the city of Coventry, but most incredible part of the story is that they went back to the factory and stole another one later that night. Police say security cameras captured the incidents, but have not yet released the tapes. Jaguar Land Rover is offering a substantial reward for any information that can help solve the case. Holy moly. I can't make this stuff up. The next one is off a BizPack Review. It says, if you thought Lady Gaga wouldn't politicize the Super Bowl halftime show, you're sadly mistaken. Despite rumors to the contrary, Lady Gaga was never asked by the NFL to refrain from talking about President Donald Trump or politics during the Super Bowl halftime show this Sunday. If anyone thought the fanatical liberal and former Hillary Clinton supporter would actually use her massive stage to do what she's paid to do, you know, shut the hell up and sing, I'm not sure what planet they're living on, because that is most certainly not what's going to happen. Instead, it looks like the viewers are going to be treated to a hefty dose of finger wagging about equality, inclusion, and kindness because of Trump and his supporters are such meanies, and maybe the most expensive vocal kumbaya ever witnessed. But we'll have to wait and see on that last point. And there's video in this. Tweet from Good Morning America says, watch, I believe in passion for inclusion, spirit of equality. This country, it's one of love, compassion, and kindness. to Lady Gaga. It says, when asked about any potential political statements at a press conference Thursday morning, the singer answered, "Well, I don't know if I'll succeed in unifying America. You'll have to ask America when it's over. But the only statements that I'll be making during the halftime show are the ones consistently making throughout my career. I believe in passion for inclusion. I believe in the spirit of equality. And the spirit of this country is one of love and compassion and kindness. So my performance will have both those philosophies." The Twitterverse, of course, had a few things to say, and there's a list of Twitter tweets here. I'll grab a couple. One says, at Matt Walsh blog, will she bring her friends so they can riot during the show? And let's see, we'll grab another one. It says, the NFL is already hanging by a thread in the terms of keeping my attention. So if you want to read all of them, you can pull that up and take a look at it. The next one here is off of Zero Hedge, and it says, UN official admits global warming agenda is really about destroying capitalism. A shocking statement was made. Nations official Christina Figueres at a news conference in Brussels. Figueres admitted that the global warming conspiracy set by the UN's Framework Convention on Climate Change, of which she is the executive secretary, has a goal not of environmental activists, is not to save the world from ecology calamity, but to destroy capitalism. She said very casually, this is the first time in history of mankind that we are setting ourselves the task of intentionally within a defined period of time to change the economic development model that has been reigning for at least 150 years since the Industrial Revolution. She even restated that goal, ensuring that it was not a mistake. This is probably the most difficult task we have ever given ourselves, which is to intentionally transform the economic development model for the first time in human history. I was invited to a major political dinner in Washington with the former chairman of Temple University, since I advised the university with respect to its portfolio. We were seated at one of the round tables with 10 people. Because we were invited from a university, they placed us with the heads of various environmental groups. They assumed they were in friendly company and began speaking freely. Dick Fox, my friend, began to lead them on to get the truth behind their movement. Lo and behold, they too admitted it was not about the environment, but to reduce population growth. Dick then asked them, whose grandchild are we trying to prevent from being born, yours or mine? All of these movements seem to have hidden agenda that the press helps to misrepresent all the time. One must wonder, at what point will the press realize they are destroying their own future? Investor.com reminds Figueres that the only economic model in the last 150 years that has ever worked at all is capitalism. The evidence is prima facie from the feudal order that lasted 1,000 years, produced zero growth, and kept workdays long and lifespan short. The countries that have embraced free market capitalism have enjoyed a system in which output has increased 70-fold. Workdays have been halved and lifespans doubled. For you in this episode, if you like what I'm doing here, give it a thumbs up. Let me know. Don't forget to share it on your social media so that everybody gets to hear the news, and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. That way you'll stay informed. Got one more episode for you. I'll see you there.